In this video, we will cover performance evaluations, what they're all about, and how to prepare for them so that you get an outstanding evaluation coming out of it. Alright, so what exactly is a performance evaluation, or in some cases also called a performance review, right? It is a planned meeting to review the work you've done over a certain period of time. It could be over the past year, or it could be over the past several months. In some places, the performance review is conducted semi-annually, in some cases every quarter, in some cases every year. It depends on whichever company you're working for and whatever their policies are around performance reviews. Alright. Now, generally speaking, a performance review is for rating every employee around certain areas based on their job functions. And the rating normally goes from a level 1 to a level 5, and it may be something of the form like this, where the lowest rating could be does not meet expectations, moving up to partially meets expectations, where you may be doing some of the assigned tasks well, but some of them you may not be doing so well. And then meet expectations, where you generally do whatever is required of you for that particular job. Exceeds expectations is when you do more than what is expected of you. Outstanding is where you just hit it out of the park and you do a great job in that particular category. So in the past where I was at, we had been evaluating employees in 9 or 10 different areas, some of them which I'll go over in the next few slides, but you should already be familiar with the different areas that you would be rated on. So a performance review is normally something that comes from your HR department and is conducted by your immediate supervisor. It is an assessment that you have to complete normally during the beginning of the year, or wherever the period is determined by that particular company. And then you are given a certain amount of time where you complete your assessment, and then it goes on to your supervisor for having them fill out what they think you've done for each of those areas. And then after you have written and reviewed what the supervisor has written, then the supervisor determines a time and date for you all to meet and review your assessment. And then based on how the assessment goes, as well as whatever you have mentioned in your assessment, and based on what the supervisor writes for each of your different categories, you may be eligible for a promotion, or maybe determine that you need to improve in certain areas. Alright, so that's what a performance review is about, but the next question becomes, what should I do to crack it, right? How can I crack it? So like I said, you should be preparing for it all year round, because it's something that you already are familiar with, the categories you're familiar with. You know exactly which areas you should be focusing on, and you should be aware of the different areas on which you would be assessed. Say for instance, they may be assessing you on client satisfaction ratings, and you may be in a customer facing environment where you have to deal with a client, and your review is based on how well you deliver to the client and what they think of you based on the work you've done. The question you have to ask yourself is, what have you done throughout the year to improve those ratings? Say, for instance, you had a rating of 6 out of 10 last year. What have you done to raise those ratings to a 7 or 8 or 9, right? So focus on those areas. So then there may also be other areas that you would be evaluated on. For instance, one of them could be helping others in the workplace. People want to see team players, right? Managers want to see team players. They don't want somebody who's just focused on themselves but goes out of his or her way to help others. So maybe you could focus on that if that's an area that you may be evaluated on. And regardless, even if it's not, it's definitely good to be a team player in general. Community involvement could be another area. So what have you done to be part of the greater community? Are you a volunteer of any organization now? Have you led any charity? If that's something that your employer focuses on, then you have to do something about it to, raise your ratings in that particular area. Leadership skills. If you're looking to lead people and manage and supervise, then leadership skills are definitely something that you need to get good at. Setting an example, leading by example, as well as leading smaller tasks are some of the areas that you may want to focus on if that's an area that you would be evaluated on. Like I said, don't just dress for the job you want, but you also have to play a significant role in a few more areas. Could be problem solving skills. Are you good at that? If you're not, then what have you done to get better at analysis and problem solving? Have you taken any additional courses? Have you done any additional certifications? If that was something that was cited in your previous performance review, have you taken all those necessary steps to address all those weaknesses? Creative skills could be another area. How creative are you? If your company is looking for somebody who thinks outside the box, then what have you done to get better at being creative? What steps have you taken? That is something that you have to ask yourself. That way you are in a better position to answer those questions when it comes to your assessment, self-assessment. Fair enough? And this slide is especially for those who are looking to lead and manage people. I know nowadays every person wants to immediately start leading people for whatever reason, but choose wisely what you ask for, because everything comes with consequences as well. Anyways, so for those of you who want to lead and manage people, these are a few questions that you might want to ask yourselves. Have you led smaller tasks? Have you mentored people? Have you helped increase client satisfaction? So have you played a pivotal role in making the client happy if the client wasn't happy initially? Those are the areas that managers or to-be managers should be excellent at. Have you done better than the rest of your team members is also something you might want to gauge based on your understanding of your team environment. And last but not the least is, are you proactive? Proactiveness is something not only what a manager should be doing, but also every person, every employee should be proactive. You shouldn't wait for somebody to ask you for a report or completion of a task, but you should plan ahead so that you be proactive enough and give them what they're looking for before they come to you for it. Okay? And then some more tips for an excellent performance evaluation is focus on what you want to get out of the review, right? And then prepare accordingly for it. if you are looking to get a promotion, or if you are looking to be a manager, or if you are looking to get to the next level, then ask yourself a question: is have you checked off all those criteria that they're looking for? Then be able to provide real examples around what you have accomplished. For example, if you are looking to lead people, have you actually led smaller tasks where you were leading meetings, or where you were leading a smaller project and that project was successful? Have demonstrated results to show, right? Because otherwise you just talk and there's no result associated with it, then that's not going to help anyways. Another thing is, be very ethical. Don't put someone else down in order to get ahead of them. That'll not get you anywhere. That hasn't gotten anybody anywhere. Be honest, be truthful, always set an example for others, and that's the only way you're gonna be noticed in a good way, and that's how you're gonna rise above others. Also, target achievable outcomes. Don't set expectations right in the first year of your employment that, hey, I want to be the director or vice president of the company, right? That's like unimaginable. It's not impossible, but set achievable outcomes. So these are a few tips for acing and getting better at a performance evaluation, how to prepare for it. And if you like this video, please give your thumbs up as well. We're always looking and uploading new content. Subscribe to our channel. Talk to you soon. Thank you so much.